Chefs, you have arrived at the chopping block.
I'm your host and chopped enthusiast, Samantha Seneviratne.
I'm missing not one, but 2 items. Oh my God, I'm so hungry.
And I'm here to make you unchoppable
You've been chopped.
by correcting common mistakes from chopped history. Let's see what today's lesson is, shall we? Something's missing. That's never a good sign. Let's watch this clip. And if this means what I think it means, I'm almost too afraid to watch.
Can you imagine a dessert inspired by macaroni and cheese?
Yeah, I can.
Yes.
Bring it on. Please open your baskets. And your desserts must include rigatoni, white chocolate, roasted figs, and macaroni and cheese ice cream.
I'm extremely pressed for time. I'm panicking.
30 seconds left. Tiffany still has her fritters in the fryer, her ice cream in the deep freezer, and she hasn't used her white chocolate yet.
3, 2, 1. Time is up. Please step back.
This was a bad round for me. Ice cream never made it to the plate. My mac and cheese sauce still in the blender.
Chef Tiffany, what do we have?
A rigatoni fritter with mascarpone creme and macerated strawberries and fig. I also made fig and strawberry ice cream that never made it onto the plate. It would have screamed 10,000 bucks. Oh God, you're stabbing me with your eyes. It hurts.
No, I'm really not. I've been there. The clock got the best of you, that's all.
It's the cardinal sin of Chopped, not getting all the mystery basket ingredients into the dish. It seems like such an obvious thing, and the judges and the viewers will always call you on it. These chefs are under an enormous amount of pressure. In the clip that we just watched, the chef forgot to include not 1, but 2 of the basket ingredients in her dish. So today we're gonna rewrite history. I'm gonna have some fun and show you a recipe that uses all of those crazy mac and cheese episode ingredients. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh boy. I have some white chocolate, some roasted figs, some rigatoni, and some mac and cheese ice cream. I can see why it was hard to get all these ingredients in one dish. This has gotta be the kookiest basket I've ever seen. This must have been hard to find.
You'd be surprised.
2 reasons that chefs tend to forget ingredients are poor time management and poor planning. Unfortunately, this happens more often than we would hope.
Time is called up, and I realized I forgot to add the cauliflower crust. Oh boy, this is not good.
I have 2 ingredients missing. And I'm like, Wayne, what did you do?
So where is the 4th ingredient? The plantains.
Still in the blender. It was the plantain puree.
The fact that you don't have one of the key ingredients on the plate, it is a big, big fault.
So keeping those things in mind, let's see if I can rewrite history. I'm making a roasted fig and white chocolate noodle pudding. So that I don't forget to include any of my ingredients, I have them all laid out before I begin. It's gonna be delicious. So the first thing we have to do is cook our rigatoni. So I have a pot of water here boiling. That's gonna go until it's al dente, about 10 minutes. The water isn't salted. We have enough salt going on in our ice cream, so we're gonna be okay if the pasta's not salted. Okay. In the meantime, we're gonna get to our mac and cheese ice cream. Check this out. So it seems like kind of a strange ingredient to use, but if you sort of break it down into the elements of the dish, make sure we hit salt, acid, fat, and heat. We can use this to build a really balanced, beautiful dish. And if you think about ice cream sort of in its elemental ingredients, it's really just sugar and cream and flavorings that we can work into a nice custard. Seems strange, but it's gonna work. Okay, so I transferred a whole pint of ice cream to a bowl. I'm gonna pop it in the microwave in 30-second increments just to melt it down. It's actually a beautiful color. She looks pretty good. A quick stir, she's nice and loose. Okay, now we're gonna add 2 eggs to this mixture. Okay, let's whisk our eggs. And now we can add our white chocolate that's been chopped up finely. And now we have this beautiful custard. Look at that. And remember, always read through your recipe twice and note any places that you can multitask. So my pasta's perfect. We do not want to rinse this pasta. That starch is going to help our pudding thicken up. To a tray. We'll just let this cool a little bit until it's easy to handle. Okay, my noodles are nice and cool, so I can chop them up into 1/4-inch pieces, which I've never ever done before. In all my cooking, we've created a new shape. We can call this, yeah, rigatinis. We're making rigatini. Now we can add these guys, our rigatini, to this custard mixture. So, we're gonna fold all this little rigatini together with our custard mixture. I'm gonna get my ramekins ready. I love serving dessert in individual portions in ramekins because it just looks so elegant and people love it. I'm spraying them with nonstick cooking spray. You could also just grease it with a little butter if you don't have any cooking spray handy. We'll portion it out into our little ramekins. You want to make sure you give every guest or judge the exact same amount. Don't leave any white chocolate behind. Grab a spoon, rejigger these a tiny bit. Does that look good? Yeah, that looks good. So now we can put these beautiful honey roasted figs on top of our noodle pudding. So we'll put 3 little fig halves on each pudding. I love roasting figs because it sort of brings out the flavor. It concentrates them, lets a little bit of the excess moisture evaporate away, so they're even figgier than they were before. It's also a great way to use figs that aren't perfectly ripe. Cute. So this is just a simple crumb topping. I have some brown sugar and some butter that's at room temperature, nice and soft. I'm just gonna combine those with a fork, and this is gonna add a little more sweetness and a little bit of crunch. In order to get that winning dish, it's always good to have a lot of textures going on, a lot of flavors going on. Of course, they have to all work in harmony, but eating this dish should be fun. If you're missing an ingredient, think of the purpose the ingredient serves in the recipe. Lemons, for example, add acidity. So if you don't have a lemon, you could try apple cider vinegar or even sour cream. You know what? This is a job I want to do with my fingers. Sometimes the best tool in the kitchen are your clean hands. All right, that's much better. My topping looks great. Let's get these guys back so we can finish them up with a little bit of this beautiful topping. It's gonna melt down into those figs, make them a little bit crunchy. Some of that butter will melt down into our custard, make it even richer. These look great. I'm gonna get them into a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes or until they're golden brown and bubbly. I wish you could smell these. Look at that. They're bubbling, they're brown.
Chef Tiffany, you've been chopped.
Thank you.
We flipped the script. We went from a dish with a lot missing to something unchoppable. These aren't the easiest ingredients to pull together, but we did it. And our roasted fig and white chocolate noodle pudding is one of a kind. Love that white chocolate. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't get chopped.